If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
At some point, a federal law enforcement officer approached her on foot, and the vehicle began to drive off. At least 2 shots were fired. The vehicle then crashed on the side of the roadway. Minneapolis police officers secured the crime scene and assisted in trying to preserve the evidence that is there. We have since turned over the scene both to the Federal Bureau of Investigation as well as the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, which will be conducting an investigation into this use of deadly force. I want to thank the mayor, City Council.
Related shooting. This now, the first time that we're really hearing some more details from law enforcement.
Yeah, we know that the call was made maybe about 10 o'clock this morning, so just about 3 hours or so ago. In that press conference, we did get some more information about this woman who was, we know, at this point shot and killed by ICE agents. We have learned that she is a 37-year-old white woman. She appeared to be in the vehicle alone, is what the police chief said. But the spouse has made it to the hospital. But we probably should take you back just a little bit about just some of the chain of events that have happened now that we have some of that information confirmed.
And interestingly, we really still haven't learned what the initial call was, why ICE was there in the first place, who they may have been looking for. But we know that while ICE agents were there, according to Mayor Fry, there were about a dozen or so plus agents there, and that, you know, we've seen there's some video out there. We're actually going to be showing it to you here shortly, so you can see for yourself. But in the course of, you know, of them looking for somebody, people started to gather, crowd started to gather, more law enforcement shows up. And I'm not exactly sure at what point the incident happened with the woman in the vehicle, but we know that there was a woman in the vehicle, and according to again, you'll see the video for yourself and you can kind of watch. There are two narratives here. One from the Trump administration, which we'll read to you in a second, and then one we just heard from local law enforcement. Okay, and Ryan's telling me that we are actually ready to show the video. So before we layer too much context here, why don't we just let you watch this? But we're going to do this in a very sort of deliberate way. Let people know that this is video we're showing for the first time. You're not going to see it a lot on our air because we want to make sure that when we're showing it, we're doing it with a purpose. So there's no audio here as well, and you're going to see this sort of play out. So just a warning to those who may not want to see this. You can see the vehicle there. That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is
the statement from Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security, if I could as well. Do you want me to do that right now, Ryan, or do you want me to wait just a minute? Okay. Okay. So let's just kind of let's just watch this for a moment. Again, this is the aftermath.
cold-blooded part about this demo is that when you see this video, it doesn't appear that this woman was trying to run the ICE agent over, right? When you see the video, I mean, you got to pay close attention to things, though, you know. And just for those of you who haven't seen the video, I'll give you my abridged version of it. I can't show that on this channel because it is actual murder. I'm talking about, this ain't no self-defense or none of that, how they trying to play it. But no, this right here was a cold-blooded murder. Now, in the video, what's going on is that the ICE agents are in South Minneapolis, the same place where George Floyd was killed, South Minneapolis. For those of you who don't know, South Minneapolis is like a melting pot. You got white people, Mexican people, black people, Native American people, and Somalian people, right? And in this little small part of Minneapolis, all these people live together and they get along, right? And so here it is. This woman right here is supporting, I'll say this right here. She is not a supporter of ICE. She's on the other side. She don't like what ICE is doing, right? So what she does is she blocks the road with her vehicle. And one of the ICE vehicles goes around her and keep it moving. But then you got these entitled guys, right? So instead of going around like the other ICE truck did, they stop. They want some confrontation. They jump out the car and they start grabbing on her door. Get the fuck out the car. This is what they said to her. So as soon as they started getting out the car, she seen what was going on and she reversed her car, right? You can see the lights in the back of the car. You know how when they get in reverse. She put it in reverse. And as she's about to pull off, you can see the wheels of her car, the wheels on the car, turning to go away from the police officer, or the ICE agent, right? And while she's doing this, she got one ICE agent trying to yank her door open. And then she takes off. And when she do that, 3 shots are fired. The ICE agent that was in the front shoots her and kills her. I can't show y'all the whole video, but I'm gonna try to show y'all just a small portion without the murder and all the blood and all that old type of stuff, because it was a bloody scene. But I'm gonna show y'all what I can, and hopefully YouTube will allow me to get away with it. Check it out. Now, I can't show y'all the rest of that video because right after you hear the woman screaming, that's when the shooting started. But let's just state the obvious, right? As soon as you see this police officer or this Homeland Security ICE agent walk up, he pulls out his gun. And I gotta admit, y'all, this stuff happened real quick. I gotta be honest, right? But at the same time, right, he's walking up and he pulls out his gun. Now, I want y'all to pay close attention to the photo. Look at the red arrow at the top. It is pointed at the gun smoke. So what that's telling us is that shots are being fired right now. That is gun smoke and possibly debris from the windshield when he shot through the windshield, killing this woman, right? So we already know that he's shooting at this point. Now, I need you to go to the second arrow, right? The one that is at the legs of the officers. You see the officer who's close to the door. You see his 2 legs. And if you look close, you can see the officer who is shooting. You can see his 2 legs or 2 feet. Now, if she was trying to run him over, we shouldn't see his body whatsoever. We shouldn't see his feet. We shouldn't see his legs. We shouldn't see nothing if she was intentionally trying to run him over. But instead, we see his feet. So what that tells us, that the car is not pointing in his direction. You see what I'm saying? Now, some might say, well, hey, Hood, he could have been jumping out the way. And that's why, we see his feet, because he jumped out the way. Well, if he jumped out of the way, then he have no reason to shoot her, because there's no threat of bodily harm or death because he got out of the way. Y'all see what I'm saying? But not only that, it gets deeper. Look at the bottom arrow. That arrow is pointing at her tire. And as you see the tire, it is pointing away from the Homeland Security ICE agent. It's pointing away from him. You see? So again, if she had intentions of running him over, the wheel shouldn't be going towards the right, trying to get away from him. It should be pointed directly at him, trying to run him over. But that's not the case. Now, this last picture just breaks it all the way down. Look at his hand extended, pointed, with the gun in his hand, still shooting her. Now, there's no threat, because she is not trying to run him over. She is simply trying to get away. She's trying to drive off, and he still shoots her. So where's the threat? Where's the self-defense in that shot right there? You see what I'm saying? So, if they do their real homework and slow this video down the way I got it over there on my other page, I got this and I got the video slowed down, and I got other stuff over there. I'm talking about, like, there's pictures of her in the car, or a video of her in the car slumped over. Blood all on the windshield, blood everywhere. Now, if you into that type of stuff and you want to see that video, click the link that's going to be pinned at the top of this comment section. Go over there, get you a membership, check out that video and other content that I got over there. But if you're not into that stuff, I'm telling you, leave that alone. Don't go over there. But if that's something that you want to check out, go over there and check it out. Y'all see what I'm saying? It doesn't appear like she was trying to run the man over. That's if you ask me. Like, if she really wanted to run that ICE agent over, why would she turn her wheel? Why would the wheels of her car be turning against him instead of towards him? She's trying to drive off. She's trying to get away. Yeah, she was blocking the traffic and all that, but she wasn't trying to harm them. But they harmed her in the worst way. Killed her, took her life. 37-year-old woman, right? And from the reports that I'm getting, her name is Renee Good or something like that. Because, things are still, I know she's 37, but, I think her name is Renee Good. For those of you who are in Minnesota, get in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's her name. And after he shot and killed her, he just walked away. He walked over there, seen his work, seen what he had did, and then started walking right back to the car and got in the car and drove off just like that. And her life is gone. We want to extend our condolences to her family, any children that she may have, because their life is ruined right now. This woman right here believed in her mind that she was doing something right, a worthy cause, and she lost her life behind it. Now look, one thing that I can say about, Minnesota, or at least Minneapolis, when police kill innocent people, it goes up. Like, I'm talking about, y'all seen the George Floyd thing. It goes up. So, I don't know if, we finna see another one of those go down, but there's already been talking in the town, talking about, hey, look, I'm putting everything on. We finna get ready for tonight. I'm putting my boots on. I'm putting my shoes on. I'm putting my coat on. We finna tear it up again. You see? And the cold-blooded part about this whole thing is that the Minnesota government do not agree with ICE being here. But being that they are federal agents, they supersede state law. And so the governor had this to say. Check it out.
Been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV, and today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota, that's been pretty evident, but we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this: please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice.
To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. What we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE. We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. Not only is this a concern that we've had internally, we've been talking about it. They are not here to cause safety in this city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust. They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people. So, they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying.
And you might ask yourself, why is the governor talking like that? When you hear what Homeland Security had to say, then you will understand. Check it out. A message from our great president, Donald J. Trump. I have viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate. President Donald J. Trump. That's a cold, I'm talking about, man, you talk about a gangster. The way he just lied, I'm talking about in the public, even after watching the video, the way that he just lied. Oh my God, y'all. This is what we dealing with. Today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them in an act of domestic terrorism. What? Flagrant lies. I'm talking about flagrant. An ICE officer fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers. The alleged perpetrator was hit and is deceased. The ICE officer who were hurt are expected to make full recoveries. Right after he shot that woman, he walked away and got in the truck and drove off. What do you mean hurt? But do y'all see the lies that they telling the public? Like we ain't just watched the video. This is a cold-blooded demonstration. This is a direct consequence of constant attacks and demonization of our officers by sanctuary politicians who fuel and encourage rampant assaults on our law enforcement, who are facing 1,300% increase in assaults against them and 8,000% increase in death threats. I've seen the video. Don't believe this propaganda machine. The state will ensure there is a full, fair, and expeditious investigation to ensure accountability and justice. Y'all, we gotta understand something. We are bear witnessing technology at its finest. We seen what happened on the video. But what these people done put on the record and what they are saying is going to ring true until there's a real investigation. Now, the FBI was on the scene, but we got to understand something. Homeland Security and all that is federal. And these guys look after each other. So it might be a slow process. I don't know. Or that officer or that agent, that ICE agent, might get away with murder. You see how they try to talk about people? They was rioters. She tried to ram the man with her truck. No, she didn't, bro. She did not. Anybody with two eyes that can see and you watch that video, you will know that she did not try to ram him. As a matter of fact, she was getting out of his way. He was the one producing his firearm, shooting at her. Now, as y'all seen in my video, and as I described, look, she already gone and he's still shooting in her car. You see what I'm saying? As soon as she started to even pull off to get away from him, he started shooting. Now look, allow me to say this right here to just people all over the world when you protesting and stuff like that. Look, we gotta understand, or y'all gotta understand that these polices don't mind killing y'all. They don't mind it. So you gotta be conscious. You gotta be aware of what you're doing. Because at any given moment, the police is gonna take the chance to kill somebody. The agent is gonna take a chance to kill somebody. Because they understand they got that badge. And they understand that they got the whole government behind them. And they understand, listen, all I got to do is say self-defense. I'm getting away with murder, shootings, beatings, chokings, all type of stuff. You see? And they understand that. And they abuse it. And in this situation right here, I believe that that agent abused his authority. Because he didn't have to kill her. Look, he could have easily, just like he did, get out the way. If it was self-defense, explain to me why he didn't get hit. Where's his injuries? You see what I'm saying? Did the car even touch him? No. I can see if the car was coming straight at him and almost hit him or something like that. I'm talking about coming straight at him and he had to jump out the way. I can see something like that. But you can see the wheels of her car turning to go against him. And the other agent that was sitting right there, he watching her, so he's seeing her turn the wheel instead of going straight towards the agent. But see, they don't care about that. And I'm talking about, just from what I just read, y'all, how they seen the thing, it's cold-blooded. They don't care about killing people. They don't care about the lives that they destroy. All they care about is protecting their agents. That's it. That's all. It's very rarely do you see a police come out, or a police chief, or the director of Homeland Security, or the feds or anything come out and say, hey, you know what? Our officer was wrong for doing that. He shouldn't have did that. That right there, we don't play that. That was wrong right there. We finna charge him. Very rarely do you see that, even if they know that the agent is wrong, even if they know that the police is wrong. They don't protect. I mean, they don't protect the citizens who they are getting paid to protect. Instead, they protect the officer. They protect the federal agent over the citizen. That's a cold-blooded demonstration. Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here. For those of you who protest, they killed a white woman. No, y'all got to hear me. We living in America. I got to be 100 with y'all. They killed a white woman in cold blood. So for you brothers out there that's protesting, you sisters out there that's protesting, you Asians, you natives, you Mexicans or Latins out there protesting, look, y'all don't really stand a chance. Y'all don't, look, they killed a white woman. A woman. No, y'all don't stand a chance at all. And I hate to bring race in it, but we gotta understand that we are in a racial society that sometimes be racist. And I'm not saying that for everybody, because you got good people on every other racial background, but then you got bad people in every other racial background. But they killed the white woman. That's what I say, damn. I say, man, they ain't playing. It's one thing to kill a brother or a sister. That's bad in itself. A Latin person or an Asian or a native person, that's bad. But when they kill a white woman in cold blood, man, come on. And as you can see, the governor, he don't agree with it. The mayor, he don't agree with it. But Homeland Security, they with it. So I want to tell all you brothers all throughout the United States of America, just people, period, that are protesting and don't agree with everything that ICE is doing, be careful. Be careful. Because you don't want to end up like this lady right here. Her life is over with. Mama is not coming home to the family. Somebody's daughter is not coming home. You see? Somebody's sister is not coming home due to a motherfucking police or a federal agent that's trigger happy. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.